You talked about, having a business and can we also then pursue spirituality? I think one of the big things, in the four goals, wealth, this is the second one. A lot of times people say to me that, if you're on a spiritual path, you shouldn't be pursuing wealth. Like money and spirituality don't go hand in hand. And it's actually a concept that in the philosophy I subscribe to, it's not what it's preached. One of the goals actually as a household is to be as wealthy as possible. And that's why that goal, wealth, is right in there next to love. Right? So it's love, wealth, dharma, then enlightenment. And the concept here is that if you're wealthy, then you can look after your family, you can meet all your needs, which is part of your dharma, doing your duty to your family. You can also then help your community and impact the world. Because the only way you can impact the world is if you had resources to do so.
Right.
If you had no money, how could you go out and impact the world? How can you clean up the oceans? How can you help schools or orphanages or feed the poor? You can't. You need wealth. So the acquisition of the wealth is really important. And a lot of times people, especially with what I do, people look at me as a Hindu priest. I'm dressed up this way. They see I have an online course. They see me speaking. They're kind of like, why is he making money off spirituality? And I'm like, why is money a bad thing? People look at money as a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, it depends on what you do with it. But you can pursue a life of acquiring wealth and scaling and growing that wealth, and yet still pursue a spiritual life. How do you use that wealth? That's a different question.